Hey guys, and welcome back to Being Random. I'm Aslesh,
I'm Aditya.
and this is Satvik, and he's a very good friend of mine. He is the founder of Homely Fit and Communite, and
Yeah.
anything else?
I think one
Yeah.
more.
One
It
more.
was, I mean, it's a very small thing. Indian Desert Labs is like very
No,
small.
yeah, Indian Desert Labs, which is also part of Homely Fit. That's one thing
Yeah,
I
that's the
was
thing. Yeah.
thinking. And he's an entrepreneur. He's actually the definition of jack of all trades. I feel
I think you can
because
say successful entrepreneur.
yes, he's a successful entrepreneur. And why don't you tell us a little bit more? Because I know we're just scraping the
Surface. Yeah, I think
surface.
I think when you give your own intro, I think it'll be better.
So I think so. He pretty much described this one line. It always stuck to me. Thanks for bringing it up, Aslesh. Jack of all trades. Because from childhood, I used to do a lot of stuff because I don't know. I just find the excitement in it. And always giving suggestions is a free thing, no? Everyone comes and gives you suggestions
Obviously.
because it's free. Cheppal, just they have to give
Yeah.
feedback. So obviously, very close people also they were like, you should be jack of all, master of none la అయిపోతావు. That was
That
like
is the full saying, yeah.
and then I was like, is better than master of one is what I wanted to finish it for myself, and I was like, okay. Who told me that you can only do one thing?
There's
So
nothing
because
like that,
I didn't
yeah.
want to define
Yeah.
myself, honey. So whatever interests at that point of time, I didn't question that thought. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. And I was used going around, and from childhood, I used to that defined me. Like when I was in like school, this business thing as a concept. I was studying in Vidyaniketan, in Tirupati.
Mm-hmm.
It had like a real. It's like Mohan Babu's school. So there are
Okay.
good amount of actor kits, all these hostelers, and they don't have any kind of things to buy, but they have good amount of money. So what I
Okay.
used to do was I used to take all kind of stuff from Tirupati and I used to sell them, like hot cup noodles. I used to sell like especially during Valentine's Day. I used to like actually auction silk anamata. Temptations. అప్పుడు అప్పుడు temptations was a very big thing. You
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
have like raisin flavors. So అప్పుడు these hostlers like they don't have. So I used to like actually I remember
First time I hear someone
auction.
auctioning silk, man.
Because
Auctioning.
because it was limited.
At
Like
that point, I think, yeah, it
I
was
was
a
the
big-
only one who was actually selling that stuff. It was very risky. Like my entire bag లో జిమ్ జామ్ బిస్కెట్లు అప్పుడు the buckles were very famous. Like you had big buckles అన్నమాట.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had seen my brother wear them, and my brother was also very classic. He used to. I learned from him only this. So I used to sell these like rotational buckles.
Oh
So
God.
This
all
reminds me
that.
of this guy on Big Bang.
I haven't
Howard.
watched. I haven't watched Big Bang. Bro.
Howard on
Sorry.
Big Bang. He's got like 50 buckles.
Yeah, big buckles.
Ah.
So the concept of business, it was always exciting. So చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి that kind of ended up in starting. So my first company I would say was in my in college. I was with my friends. We started something known as the Bohemian Bros.
Okay.
So it was like every class has their varsity jackets. So
Oh.
we used to print it and sell it
Oh.
and stuff
Okay.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the first thing, and post that during like after like I was in Zomato for like a 1.5 year. I was working as a marketing manager, growth. It was all about food. Post that is when during lockdown was the first company. Along with
Okay.
I had a co-founder, my best friend, and Somnathani. Along with him, he's from Bits Goa. So we started this company known as Habit. Basically, Habit is a net-tech company which got pre-seeding funded. You can learn your hobby into a habit.
Okay.
So there were people who were, we had almost 150 plus mentors. They were teaching how to beatbox, how to do belly dancing, how
Okay.
to even learn Excel, how to do baking, how to cook. Like, there was a
Anything you're interested
yeah,
in.
there was a 60-year-old auntie who was learning content writing. There was a 10-year-old who was learning illustration. There
Oh.
was like a 25-year-old who was learning how to bake a cake. So it was like very, very random and it was really good. Lockdown, like, but what happened was once the lockdown ended, people bounced back to offline. Is the speed.
Yeah.
Like they liked
Understood.
spending. So entire the
It's like they
edtech,
were waiting.
yeah, and the entire edtech industry took a very big hit. And especially we are the non-essential ones. Like baking gani,
Yeah.
beatboxing gani.
Yeah.
So I had to like at that point of time I had to choose between Homely
Take a
Fit or Habit Anatu. So I left Habit and I came to Hyderabad. Up to Homely Fit. Along with my brother, we started Homely Fit.
So habit was, where did you do that?
So it was we got funded from a investor from Gurgaon. So, but we were based out of Goa. We were based out of Gurgaon for a couple of months.
Okay.
It was rotational.
I think these kind of things, yeah, it makes sense to pretty much do it off. I
Ye-
mean, online.
Online, yeah.
You can't do.
Especially during COVID,
I think
right?
even
Generally.
today, I think it's a nice idea.
That's how it
I
works.
mean, if I want to learn something, I would
Yeah,
definitely try
so
to.
that's where community also comes from. But habit, the biggest learning curve was how much, let's say it's a beatboxing class. And the only way we make more money is if it's a group class, because individual class may have to pay every hour
Mentor.
the mentor.
Hmm.
Okay.
So group class makes a lot of good amount of money, because I'll still pay you by the hour only, but 10
You
people
get
are paying
you get a
me.
percentage.
Yeah.
You get a profit.
So now you will learn beatboxing, let's say that's a beat you might learn at least ఒక 1 hour పట్టచ్చు. But if he has a better learning curve, he'll reach it in like 5 minutes. As a mentor, I have to balance you both.
Okay.
And I can't keep teaching you when he's getting bored.
Understood.
It was a very
Hmm.
big curve, and that kind of had a very bad UX. So people stopped, coming back to
Understood.
classes.
Okay.
So that was the biggest thing. That was why we couldn't get the proper points.
Small
And
kinks.
Hmm.
yeah. So we had to let go of that, and then after coming back to Hyderabad is when Homely Fit started.
Yeah.
Homely Fit has been there like almost 4 years ippudiki. And Homely Fit started off a very simple concept. In home, we started cooking. And the entire concept of Homely Fit is appudu Homely was a Swiggy owned brand. Ippudiki.
Yes.
Eat Fit was very much known in only Zomato
Yes.
exclusive.
Hmm.
So if you go and search for Eat Fit in Swiggy, you'll not find. But according to SEO, you'll see Homely Fit on top.
Okay.
And Zomato, you can't find Homely.
Hmm.
People don't know who owns them, Gada. You'll find Homely Fit. That's the name Homely Fit came. I took one word from each of them and clubbed both, like
Clever.
natural SEO.
Oh wow.
And that's how Homely Fit there. And we started off in an apartment. We started doing normal orders and stuff. And Mellaga, from there, we shifted to one more different apartment itself, exclusive for only for kitchen and too. Now, in fact, in the next 10 days, we will be opening our own small, cute cafe space, which I'm
Oh.
officially inviting you both right
Oh
now.
wow.
Great. Thank you.
So
Thanks.
October 4th,
Okay.
Friday, it's my brother's birthday. We want to do like a soft launch on it, but it's going to be like, really cool, healthy, like Homely Fit menu will be there. And it's like also another community space
Hmm.
too.
Okay.
We're going to make it and stuff like that.
So is Communite a branch from the habits, or how did it Communite? I want you to explain Communite actually, because I don't understand it myself that
Okay,
well.
lovely. First of all, thanks for spelling it right, because everyone thinks community, ఏం community, వెలమా రెడ్డి కాదురా వెలమ రెడ్డి ఏంటి. But that's how, it's a very it has the concept of communities has been there since ages.
Yes.
Like it's very simple. Whom do you define yourself with?
Hmm.
Whom do you resonate with? That is very simple. The like-minded people coming together is your community.
Yeah.
So దాన్ని ఇన్స్పిరేషన్గా తీసుకొని what I've observed after a point of time is people resonate at a point of time with where you are from,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of language you speak. Maybe if you own the same brand of cars, you resonate with too. But from that materialistic point of view, I thought to a more personalized point of view, you resonate with people who have a similar madness and passion. I like cricket, and I play cricket with 22 people in a full ground. I have been playing with a couple of lot of 5-6 months. I still don't know what do they do for a living, which was really really nice,
Hmm.
because I don't want people to judge me with what I'm doing for a living or
అంటే
where I'm
ఒకటే
born
పిచ్
from.
ఉన్న వాళ్ళని కలుపుతున్నావు basically.
and-
That's how it
and
works. Yeah.
It is nice because even they don't ask me what do I do, because that's a very
It
simple
doesn't
question.
matter.
Yeah, because if you're going out to a party, the very first question after your name and everything, they're like, okay, what do
What
you do?
Yeah.
Which is a very, very, in my opinion, is a scary question, because I have to sit and explain now what is Homely Fit. I mean, I don't have
I've had this notion before where people ask me, what do you do? I said, diet and nutrition. They look at me, nutrition, sir.
yeah.
I'll be like, okay, fine. Should I explain? I'll think I'll say it's fine. I don't explain.
Yeah, you just say
And
like,
I overcame that. So now I'm not bothered. They ask me, I say diet and nutrition.
yeah, like,
Initially, I didn't even want to say that because I don't see. Usually, I think it comes from the part where we are not comfortable ourselves saying it out loud.
adding to that point, we were made to feel uncomfortable
Yes.
because of
Yeah.
it.
Because all these things were like, idanta, these are not like good things.
Yeah.
No,
to do."
anything that you say is always
Unfortunately.
judged, and that fear is what it comes from. I
I
feel.
mean, good or bad. Zomato
What if it
పనిచేస్తున్నా
is,
అంటే
yeah?
మా అమ్మమ్మ thought I was delivery boy. I'm like, లేదు. There is a team which not just does
Yeah.
delivery. So
I've had people who I said I'm an electrical engineer. They're saying mixie repair చేస్తావు.
Forget people.
what
My
the
mom said this to me. Forget people. So yeah.
No, the funny part is I was reading about a techie. So that guy, he did his engineering only. He didn't get a job. What he did, he just threw the shit, and then he had some land, so he went there. He built a house. He sat there, and he had a little money which he had got from doing some other odd jobs. So he bought sheep.
Hmm.
This guy bought lamb, literally. మేకలు కొన్నాడు. ఆ మేక కొనినప్పుడు ఇంత ఆ ల్యాండ్లో వదిలేసేవాడు గ్రేజింగ్కి. He sold. This guy kept doing that on rotation, and he was laughing and telling someone when they came to speak to him.
I know. Yeah,
Ah,
I've seen.
he was laughing and telling someone, ఒక ల్యాంబ్ కాస్ట్ నేను కొనింది ఇది, ఇప్పుడు నా దగ్గర ₹1,00,00,000 ఉన్నాయన్నాడు. ఏంటంటే ఈ షోయింగ్ ఇదో 1,000 షీప్
1,000 sheep.
నవ్వొచ్చింది నాకు.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
బట్ రియాలిటీ ఇస్ దట్. అంటే వి లుక్ ఎట్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ లైక్ ఇది ఎవరు చేస్తాడరా అంటే, ఇప్పుడు జనాలకు వాట్ పీపుల్ హ్యావ్ నార్మలైజ్డ్ అండ్ సెట్ ఇస్ గ్రేట్ ఇస్ యూ గో వర్క్ ఇన్ అ ఆఫీస్ వేర్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎయిర్ కండిషనింగ్, వేర్ యూ ఆర్ స్క్రూడ్ బై యువర్ మేనేజర్ ఫ్రమ్ మార్నింగ్ టు ఈవినింగ్, వేర్ యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ అ ఫకింగ్ పర్సనల్ లైఫ్, యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ గుడ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఇన్ యువర్ లైఫ్, యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ గుడ్ mental space, okay, meaning you're at the verge of breaking down, and you have multiple installments to pay off. That is a normal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
People have normalized that, unfortunately.
There is something, I've heard about this yesterday. I thought I'll talk to you guys about it. You guys would have known dopamine addicts, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dopamine addicts.
Very much.
Very
There
much.
Very much.
There is something known as cortisol addicts, it seems.
Oh, interesting.
These are like people who wants to keep in their stressful positions, and if you don't
They
have
enjoy
give them any
Yeah.
problems
Negative.
or stress, they'll feel something is weird
Yeah.
and wrong. They'll get anxiety.
Okay, this I've seen in relationships.
Yeah, actually speaking, yes.
I've seen this in relationships.
That's the
People
first thing
like
that came to
people
my
like
mind.
to
Yeah.
stay in those relationships because they feel, they feel so sad and low. And the moment they know it's improving, they leave the person and go away. They look for
Red flags and
they look for red flags. I can't say they love being put down. I would rather say they have some form of mental disorder because it's not normal.
They're used to that kind of love. I think that's what it is.
No, there is no use. This is not normal.
It is not, obviously. It's just they're
But
used
they
to
normalized it on
it. They
that too.
normalized it.
normalized
That's what I mean. Yeah, they normalized it.
Like, for example, if you are 28 or 30, 31, and if you are not married, it is termed as, and more than the horrible part is, parents or the previous generation, they interlink that particular aspect of marriage as their success. Like, you want me to get married
makes sense, yeah.
because not because you want me to be ended up alone. Like this, I mean, 40% of that on it, but 60% it's like I'll be looking like as a wrong parent or like an unsuccessful parent.
Oh, is that it? Oh.
Yeah.
I think
పని
half the people.
అయిపోతుందిరా
No.
అంటారు ఇట్లా.
Half the
Yeah.
people want to wash their hands.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
పని అయిపోతుందిరా,
I personally
basically.
feel
Yeah.
that. So I've had conversations regarding this with multiple people who are currently in that predicament, and the first thing is, why the fuck are they so persistent? I don't want to get married. Makes sense. And it's not like these people are not successful or they're just sitting on their ass or they're not doing anything worthwhile. They're probably more successful than a lot of men or women out there who are doing regular jobs.
I mean, so this again, like, I have always had this thought. I thought, like, why not? I'll just keep them out karke. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి, like, it was always like, it was not about how better you are about yourself, than it was like how better are you compared to the other
Comparison is
people.
always there.
Like
Comparison
that
is
one,
always there.
like, so even that translated right down to the success also right now.
Yes.
If I am having a better car than my peers, or if I'm having a better house than my peers, technically you are considered little bit more successful.
Logic చెప్తాను. So now all those people who have said that, so they've reached the epitome of success. They have a shitload of loans also. Now tomorrow, unfortunately, the company shuts down, they lose their job. Those are the people who will first commit suicide. Because more than actual success, more of a pressure.
Yeah, to maintain that or like to keep that.
You're making a false facade. Probably he's not even like that. He's probably a person who's like, I just want to go home, eat, sleep, spend time with my wife and kids. He doesn't even give a shit about this. But because he's stuck in that loop, see, they say, no, you choose your friends and that defines you.
Yeah,
Exactly that only. The people I hang around with, my first notion was always, I never looked to, oh, you have money, you don't have money. But of course, whatever, they all do their own businesses, they're well off, whatever. But when we sit right, we sit on my same terrace, we sit on that same granite slab wala table, we drink that same shitty coffee every single day. We do that every single day till date, and it's been 5 years. and we're still doing the same thing.
It's beautiful.
And we'll talk same bakwas thing. What do you do? I went to the factory. I saw tiger there. I saw fox here. This is what they'll talk about. One
And
of
I
my
miss
friend-
it. I used to go occasionally, and I miss it. It's because I'm living here.
Next, I'll come for the next session. Wait, actually, I wanted to randomly ask this question,
Yeah.
like out of
Yes.
the blue and on cam. If not for dogs and cats, what's your favorite animal? Or
Me.
it came to your mind? Yeah. Just
Okay.
tell us.
The first thing that came to mind is a parrot, because
you?
as a kid I had a
Not
parrot.
dogs and cats. Interesting.
Yeah. It already came. ఇంతసేపు
I think
ఆలోచించకూడదు.
turtle.
Turtle, yeah. So this I ask on very like no. So basically, I don't know how much of it is true, but like I'm trying to do this experiment. Like it's like your soul animal.
Okay.
Like what
interesting.
affected you the most, and there are some characteristics in that which you actually really love.
Yeah, turtle.
Yeah.
You're
Will
old,
for-
man.
Shut up. I'm
No.
wise.
Yeah, and I think so. Turtles like they're peaceful. They're like they're chilling.
No, the
I
way they
really
walk like that, and then you give it one leaf, you're like,
అవును
doesn't
నువ్వే.
care.
It's just you.
It doesn't care. You run beside it, you throw something, it won't even turn and look also. You're like, it'll be doing so.
Okay, now please tell me about the parrot.
parrot.
There, we have one in front of
Very
us.
very rare. Parrot చాలా rare గా వస్తుంది. But whatever I have seen, there are a couple of parrots who like no, they told me కాబట్టి those are the people who are extremely having a positive social energy around them.
Interesting.
They have a very wide social
Now
energy.
he's
But
very happy. He's
yeah,
blushing.
they have a very wide social energy. But I always questioned one thing was like, is it actually good to have so much positivity?
See,
Hmm.
అంటే it depends on the. I feel personally, it depends on the environment you're in.
I agree. And there's
Group
also
you're with.
something that I stand by is, you know how people, get sad or depressed for no reason, or you're anxious for no reason. You know what I say? If you can be anxious and sad and you want to
Straight
kill
up.
yourself for no reason, why don't you just be happy for no reason? Like the logic works, right? I know it's not easy because I've been through it. I know it's not that easy to convince
It
and
is
switch
not.
a switch, but you will figure that way out, right? When you're talking about comparison, when you're talking about your social status, you're talking about these questions. When you are sitting and having that cup of coffee with your friends, all of these things fade away. All of your anxiety, your depression, everything fades away.
yeah.
You are a little bit more happier for no reason.
You don't need to be a reason to be happy. to
You
be
do
honest,
not
yeah.
need a reason. Why a lot of people, we, if you're married you're happy, if you have a girlfriend you're happy, we associate happiness to
You
something
shouldn't.
else
You shouldn't.
that you're dependent on. No, dude, one of the things that he told me was, dude, Aslesh, if I'm running a marathon or ultra marathon and I pass away because of something, that's my happiest death. That's literally what he's told me, right?
Arre,
And I agree to part of it. I agree to most of it.
I mean, it might sound like I'm psychotic, but true.
Yes, you are psychotic, and we have established that on the podcast. But you get my point, right? We don't have to associate happiness to something or a someone. You can just find it within. And after a point, that becomes a little bit more intoxicating. I've been the sad ass bitch that no one wants to talk to. And I've also been the guy that people come and tell all their problems to just because I resonate that energy. And he also has that same thing. And that is one of the reasons why we discovered this podcast, because we love talking to people. And that comes because if you're genuinely happy.
Yeah.
And there is too much, but there is too much fake happiness, unnecessary bubbliness.
And you know it off. You know it off the bat.
yeah, I think
And
very
that is
easy to
pure.
find. Yeah, very easy to find.
You will understand it instantly, and that you won't like. Again, true happiness is addictive, I feel.
See,
now,
like he said, people are depressed, people are sad. See, the problem is always this, that fear of being judged. The moment you lose it, everything becomes normal for you.
Once you
Yeah,
start
yeah, yeah.
accepting that nothing
That
fucking
judgment-
matters.
That judgment is what is always the thing that starts every form of shit. So even if you judge, or if you're worried of being judged, it starts in your mind. Automatically it starts. There is nothing. See, no ippudu kinda paddavu. Simple logic. You fell down today. In your mind, hey shit, I fell down. Everybody's looking. Nobody is looking at me.
Yeah.
I did a case study on this. I go to parks regularly, KBR. So I was sitting one day, I was watching everybody. One dude fell down. You will not believe, I'm looking around to see if anybody is helping him. Nobody cared. Nobody was even looking at him. But the way he got up and he was feeling it more than anyone else. So the concept is that fear of being judged is there. Without your knowledge, without my knowledge, without his knowledge, it's there. consciously letting that judgment fear go is the only way you'll be happy.
Yeah, super skill.
Yeah, and
You keep
before
tuning
the
yourself out. You keep tuning yourself out. You will have 100 people say, Indranu. See, I'm not saying you won't feel affected. You'll feel hurt. But my point is, question yourself when you're hurt. Does it really matter? Because I've been there. I've been judged by my own family in my own house.
No, it's I mean, like they're the first one to just to be
that's
honest.
actually one of the things that I told myself when I was trying to figure that out was, does this matter in 5 years or 2 years? Will this situation actually bother me till then? No, more 99% of the things don't.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And remember, right before the podcast, when we were talking about running, Aditya said something. He said, dude, when you're running, all those problems come and you'll just and all those are not problems, you'll have solutions for them, but you'll figure it out. No, he said that. Yeah, 90% of your problems,
Self-made only.
they're self-made. Exactly. They'll be fixed with a solid cup of coffee or a solid workout session. You
Yeah.
will figure it out. Rest everything is self-made. That conversation you want to have with your boss or someone else, that is a tough conversation. The build up to it is worse than the 30-second conversation that you have with them. You're breaking up with your girlfriend long distance. You are built up for a month, 2 months. That is worse than the 90-minute conversation that you're
Yes.
going to have with her.
It's
Right?
done with
Very
that.
particular about the timings. I just want to see if there's any history.
Yeah, particular about the
90 minutes
time.
Ah, undi. Undi.
Why
No,
90
the
minutes?
time. No. I'm just come very randomly. I like saying 90 days and 90 minutes.
Okay.
That's like how I like to
He's
do.
giving a comparison.
Yeah.
I would like to, yeah.
I do this with fat also, dude. 20 years in posichavu, 20 weeks pattada anta nenu.
Oh yeah.
That's
My
another thing
God,
that
I
I do.
get this. Oh, I get this.
You know how long it took me to convince people with regards to this
Why are you
concept?
pointing me? I feel attacked.
People come to
Yeah.
me and they'll be like, Aditya, I paid you, no, not going. Like,
Yeah.
పోయేది ఇదేమన్నా నేను తీసి ఇసిరేస్తానా?
20 ఎన్నో ఏళ్ళని సంపాదించిన ఆస్తి.
Exactly.
బికాస్ హోమ్లీ ఫిట్ లో పీపుల్ విల్ కమ్ లైక్ ఎంగేజ్మెంట్ ఉంది 1 month లో 10 kg ఎట్లా తగ్గుతారు 10 kg? నేనేమైనా కట్టింగ్ మైనింగ్ చేస్తున్నా.
No, it is,
Get this?
and it's not natural also if you lose
Yeah,
10
but
kgs.
they're like, no, I'm gonna do keto. I'm gonna like I'll
Ah,
only
they'll
survive
do
on
ke-
H2O.
see, they'll do keto, they'll lose their hair, they'll lose their good color, lose their complexion, and they'll become sad.
And on
And then
the-
after that, they'll bounce back, they'll eat 3 times more, they'll gain weight.
Yeah.
People don't understand that gaining weight and losing weight both are hard.
Same
It's
process.
just your mindset. And
The difference is when you're gaining weight, you have more dopamine.
Because
because of
you're
the
eating.
food.
Because you're eating. When you're losing, తక్కువ in comparison.
Yeah.
ఆ అడిక్షన్ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చేదాని కష్టం.
నాకు 1 month పట్టింది తెలుసా for my body to start putting on weight.
So I was
Just putting on weight. It took me 1 month.
There is actually a very important scientific thing with regards to this. So one doctor was there and he was telling, what is that opium?
That
Cocaine కాదు, opium ని ఏదో
Opium.
అంటారు. Opium has a compound.
Hmm.
Okay, so when we eat starch anta, so people who are constantly in the loop of eating starch or sugary goods or fat, it seems that there is a certain thing that starch gets converted to, and it matches opium anta.
Oh, that
The high is equal.
Oh, fuck.
So that is why when a person is sick, if you notice, they say they eat a bagel,
Hmm.
and that starch gets converted, and you feel high and you feel good. Anta science
I
on
get it.
behind
Yeah,
what
I
we
don't
eat.
know for sure.
Do you know a lot of people can't sleep if they don't eat right?
They're
yeah.
not used to it, maybe like the entire.
Why are you used to it? Food has to be medicine. Food is medicine is the actual term. So there is every form of food our body converts a certain way. A lot of people have this misconception that cholesterol will kill you. Unfortunately, you know how much cholesterol does for you? Your liver deposits get depleted, it replenishes.
The good things of cholesterol, no?
Cholesterol. When you're stressed out, your cholesterol goes up. It is basically protecting you in every single way. Cholesterol is not bad.
They have made it so bad.
So-
See, problem is today's doctors. See, education system also we have to see. I'm not going to say this because I don't have any proof. But my assumption is you have pharmaceutical companies in abroad and in India also, which actually can define your education system.
Yeah.
These people are changing the textbooks. You go meet an old school doctor, he'll tell you, మా ఇదా మందులు అవసరం లేదమ్మా ఇది చేసుకో చిల్లు అంటాడు. Now you go to a doctor who's passed out now, the only thing he'll say, take what is this, thinners, statins discounted.
Statins,
Out of the bat, statins discounted. Another reason doctors tell you this: nobody wants to put the hard work. Everyone just wants to sit
They want a
and they
pill.
want to be healthy.
Yeah, they want
They
to
want
get
a pill.
treated.
How is that going to happen?
Yeah.
See, your parents, my parents might have been physically more
I'll give you an
active.
example.
Coming generation, nobody wants to be active.
My last blood work, Aditya knows this, my HDL, LDL both were very high. My cholesterol is high. He told me it's fine. But my mom and my dad, both of them were worried. They're like, Ledra, no, inta neat chesto, but why is this happening? And my family has history of high cholesterol. They sent the report to my general physician. And she said, I have never seen a guy have this much good cholesterol. And she said, it's perfectly normal. People are just scared of it. It's like
Misconception.
that misconception, and it's healthy, and you have to understand that. Ante, that's the whole point. A lot of things that don't work the way that they're supposed
It's
to.
also about the exposure and unlearning. For example, if I talk to you in German
Yeah.
or
Unlearning and
Japanese,
Unlearning, yeah.
yeah,
People don't want to unlearn.
yeah, people, because they're stubborn about it. I don't want to unlearn. Like, for example, if I'm like, people say, okay, maida uddu antaru. Okay, no, at least you should make some effort to understand what is maida. It is coming from whole wheat. Wheat lo one of the part in
Yes.
is like maida. Like Levi said, the nutrition part of it, but why don't you like at least
There's
make
nothing
some,
wrong with maida.
yeah,
The
just
whole
understand why. Like ఎందుకు వద్దు నీకు, like why is it bad? లేదు, నువ్వు just like like you just don't make the effort of all those things, and they'll just be
composition
like,
they don't understand.
yeah, and I get every day like నాకు వైట్ రైస్ వద్దు, నాకు బ్రౌన్ రైసే కావాలి. Like ఎందుకు, like I ask like why,
They
Why?
don't know.
tell me why. And if you
No,
give me,
brown rice is not good. Better than white rice. White rice is better than brown rice.
I sell that but like they won't listen.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed with the fact that there are people who are extremely knowledgeable and they don't make the effort of understanding why, like
Exactly.
and on record, I don't mind sharing this, but there is this one person known as Vishwa Bharat
Okay.
Pit Pandani. He wanted to like prove these people wrong, or a couple of people, and he started this biryani and burger diet. Okay, Levi said everything else. He wanted to only prove one point, that you can be in calorie deficit and lose body weight.
Yes.
No other restrictions. I'm not talking about health. I'm not talking anything else.
You can
ఈ ఒక్క పాయింట్ ప్రూవ్ చేయడానికి
Yes.
he has been eating biryani and burger from Homely Fit the last 1 month
You can lose.
almost, and he's actually losing weight and he's posting it anamata. So I just feel it takes a lot of guts for someone to actually,
See, macros you have to still match. That's
yeah, that's
At
the
the end of the day, your macros, your calorie in, that's all.
all. That's all. You match those.
Very simply.
more than that. It is just that you tend to like, you are not just fighting that one battle. You have to, around everyone has
See,
an
the
opinion.
problem is people don't have control. See, when we were doing it also, he'll call me and say, I want to have biryani today. I'll say, you have the portion. Eat the same thing. Rice
Every
entundi,
Saturday, full Saturday మొత్తం బిర్యానీ తినేవాడిని.
rice entundi, chicken
మొత్తం
undi.
సాటర్డే మార్నింగ్ వీ డూ మెజర్మెంట్స్. చికెన్ కొలుసుకో, రైస్ కొలుసుకో అన్నాడు.
తిను
అంతే.
అంతే.
తిను అన్నాడు. ఎన్ని మీల్స్ తింటావు తిను.
And it's not
నీట్గా
like
వచ్చేది నాకు.
he went for a brand where there was no fat. See, my point is
You
that
know where I got my biryani from? Shagos double masala. That is what I used to get.
yeah, he is mad about that double
Shagos,
masala. I don't know why. My mouth and all will burn.
Hey,
Exactly.
I can't eat
for
double
me,
masala.
my house we eat a lot of
I
spice.
stopped complaining. Yeah, Telangana is all about spice. So I stopped complaining.
Masala నీకు double masala.
I
like,
know,
wow.
I know.
I have a gut health issue, but like
Same thing. So I
like,
know the problems with that. But
crazy.
but
Shagos double masala.
see, it might work for him now, but long run eventually when he gets a certain
It's a little bit more forgiving right now compared to before, after,
so
or
your age, as you age it changes.
but yeah.
See, your gut bacteria also can't take it.
Yeah, obviously.
Now
But-
also it will be constantly fighting, but because the rest of his habits are healthier in comparison to that one thing, doesn't make
You kill a week, dude. You're doing 6 days a week. You're killing it. That one biryani won't hurt you. That's what people don't
No,
Or
realize.
balance lay. I mean,
it will
hurt,
కొంచెం,
but it is
but
okay.
6 days
it is not
కష్టపడిన
about
తర్వాత
biryani, it is about the spice, boss.
సరే.
I am not
You're always
complaining
behind
about
my
biryani.
double masala.
because someone was telling about it yesterday, that like, okay, chilies, for example, chili is a natural ingredient.
Chili is good.
Chili
Yeah.
is good.
Red chilies, for
Peptide.
example, red chili is good. And red chili, if you're eating it one by one, that spice level is matching. You can eat that spice. But when we grind it, put it into a powder and use so much
Too
above
much.
here, that thing is not body digestible. But like I know I love, like when I was in Goa, I got used to this marijuana, like little bit, and after that my immediate dopamine was food, and I really don't know how much I was eating.
Munchies.
I used to eat a lot, and ఎట్లా అంటే after eat a biryani, I eat a dessert, cheesecake, just to cleanse my palate so I can eat biryani again. Like a cheesecake was a palate cleanser for me.
Wow.
I put on, bro, I was almost 125 kgs.
Oh
wow.
Now I'm
God.
80. I was 125. I was anta heavy unte. Now Preetham was my
Mm.
elder brother, who was also an F45 trainer. My mom was like, you come back because he was really, really healthy and fit. Like have his influence, and I came back to Hyderabad because
Mm.
of him.
Okay.
వాడు వచ్చిన తర్వాత I was like made me like eat the macros and it like made me teach
Very
stuff,
nice.
and then that's
Mm.
when I lost. But I always wanted to like eat something balanced.
Makes sense.
Mm.
That's something nice. But I wanted to ask, because you are pursuing psychology as on your studies, the concept of food and psychology, like how does it transform over time? For example, right now, if I eat a biryani, there's so much dopamine. Like even thinking about it gives me so much happiness. Why is it not when I think about something healthy?
I'll
Does
explain.
it change over time?
I'll explain. See, you, unfortunately, you have associated happiness with, and this habit you have formed over a period of time. Now, can anyone associate happiness with, uh, say, a certain vegetable or just a salad? People don't. But it's a habit you'll form. Associations are formed. See,
Yeah.
that's why we have a concept called conditioning and deconditioning.
Mm.
So what I do with all majority of my clients is that.
What is conditioning? I'm like,
So I'll say deconditioning example. So my client has lived a certain way for 20 years, for 25 years.
Conditioning and deconditioning is just a cycle, like
Okay.
how you train a dog and how you
Okay.
untrain a
Don't
dog,
say
Okay.
dog.
basically.
Okay.
Huh? I'm giving the easiest example, a
Okay.
dog.
Okay. A lot of people get offended.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not calling your clients.
Calling his clients, you're calling yourself.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Nice.
So basically, what happens is 25 years, your family eats a certain way. Now, today I come and tell you, I tell people, whatever South Indian cuisine we eat is the best. Unfortunately, people have still this weird notion that we have rich salads, salmon, variety of beautiful fruits, and bullshit.
Yes.
Annam, pappu, dosa, idli.
Bell peppers,
Ah.
zucchini,
So
broccoli.
a lot of people, when they came to me, they're like, I thought you'll give all this. I said, why do you want to eat all this? I said, how many days can you eat all this? I said, maybe 2 days. Then you can't know. What can you eat? I asked. I said, annam dinta. Annam dinaite anna. Pappu dinta. Pappu dinaite anna. So I
Yeah.
quantified every single thing. So when I sit and talk to a client, I ask them, you tell me your whole day anta. Antadu. First నుంచి మార్నింగ్ నుంచి ఈవినింగ్ దాకా చెప్పంట. So they'll tell me, I woke up at this time, I drank coffee at this time, I pooped at this time, everything I'll note down. So it gives me a clear idea, including his bowel movements, how it works. Based on that, we take a call. So he'll say, I like South Indian, I like idli, pesarattu, dosa, upma, అన్ని చెప్తాడు. అన్నీ వేస్తా. There is not an option in this world that he says I like and I'll not put. I'll put everything. But the important thing is I'll portion control everything for him. I will wean him off his cravings. So that is where I do the deconditioning.
Cravings. I mean, cravings again come back to the conditioning part.
So
Like,
cravings ఏంటంటే, see, people have this weird logic. Today they'll be eating, say, this much rice, almost 500 grams of rice. They don't even know. Now, if I tell you, hey, you have to eat 500 grams of what, you'll say, hey, ఎక్కువ అంట. But you'll be eating that much. You won't realize.
yeah.
Now, for them, they have never quantified, so they don't know. The first step is to quantify things. So visually they understand.
How much are they eating? Yeah.
The second step is, ఇప్పుడు అంత తినే మనిషిని, when they go to a nutritionist, the one mistake that happens there is, he's brought down from that to 100 grams. నువ్వు అంత తినే మనిషిని తీసుకొచ్చి సడన్గా ఇంతే తిన్నంటే, మనిషి మెంటల్గా ప్రిపేర్ అయినా, there's a huge strain on the body. Your body will not respond. I have different terminologies for your body not responding. Your cortisol goes up, your body will not burn fat. చాలా ఉన్నాయి ఇట్లా. So over a period of time, I've seen all this with different clients, and I know for a fact this is how your body works. So I have my own formula that this is how your body works. So I start off like that. I start them off with huge quantities of food. వాళ్ళు తింటుంటే ఫోన్ చేస్తారు, అయితే తినలేకపోతున్నా అయితే. I want every single client who comes to me to complain and say that I cannot eat the full quantity. And every single person has said, I cannot
ఫస్ట్
eat.
3 weeks ఇంత ఫుడ్ పెట్టాడు తెలుసా. My parents were confused. They're like, how is this a diet? Because the sheer volume, I wasn't able to process it. I literally couldn't eat. I used to spend my lunch, I used to eat it for 2.5 hours. ఒక గంట సేపు తిని ఒక అరగంట బ్రేక్ మళ్ళీ
The
ఇంకో గంట సేపు
misconception
తిని
is this: people see this is normal eating. This is not diet. Diet. నాకు అదే అనుకుంటే డైట్ ఏంద్రా బాబు, ఇదేరా నార్మల్గా తిన. దిస్ హౌ యూ సపోజ్ టు నార్మల్లీ ఈట్. We unfortunately have forgotten how to eat. All our Indian households we ate like this. See, we have a certain structure of eating. Why do they? ఇప్పుడు అన్నం వేస్తారు, ఫస్ట్ టైం వేసినప్పుడు కూడా ఇంతే వేస్తాడు. వేసి ఫస్ట్ పొడి వేసుకుంటాడు. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ కూర కలుపుతారు, అంటే వెజిటేబుల్ ఫస్ట్ తింటారు. సో ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ ఈటింగ్ లైక్ దిస్ హాస్ బీన్ దర్ ఫర్ ఏజెస్. The reason we eat like that also, there's a science behind it. You eat your veggies first so your fibers go down. Your fibers get digested, they create a mucosal layer around your intestinal wall. The absorptions of sugars is slower. చాలా ఉంది, పతా ఉంటుంది. సో యాక్చువల్లీ హౌ we ate was the best way. అన్ఫార్చునేట్గా ఏమైందంటే ఆ వాల్యూమ్లు ఎక్కువైపోయినాయి, హోటళ్ళు ఎక్కువైపోయినాయి, బయటికి వెళ్ళి తినడం ఎక్కువైపోయింది.
the
Exercise
convenience has also
Exercise much
gotten
fair.
there.
See, Swiggy can be a gift. Swiggy can be your death also. No offense, huh? I love you, Swiggy.
No, you
Okay.
you said this multiple times again. The offense.
So I still order on Swiggy, but
It is just a medium, but yeah, I
it's
understand.
convenience.
Convenience. Yeah.
You misuse it, it is your fault.
Yeah.
అసలు స్విగ్గీలో 50,000 ఖర్చు పెట్టే వాళ్ళు నెలకు చూస్తున్నాం. ఐ సీన్ 50,000 on Swiggy they spend a month.
Ability to meet.
డెజర్ట్ చూస్తే మొత్తం ఏంటది ఆప్రికాట్ డిలైట్, వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్ కాల్డ్?
Apricot
Yeah,
delight.
ఇక్కడ స్పైసీ వెన్యూ అదే ఉంటుంది. ఏందంటే 10 ఏం చేసేవారంటే మామ స్మోక్ ఆఫ్ చేసాను, నాకు మంచి వచ్చిందిరా, 4 డబ్బాలు తిన్నాను రా అంటాడు.
I get confused. I mean, like, okay,
I'm scared to even say that because nowadays narcotics people are whacking people around Hyderabad.
Yeah.
That's their level, but yeah.
I mean,
Like-
of course, people who do it have to be afraid.
Yeah, it is just that immediate, like, the amount of happiness that you get, like, they have is so much sugar. And I have been, like, I don't know if you ever been into the desert section. I have seen, for example, any cold coffee that you guys know. Do you know how much ice cream goes inside?
ఐస్ క్రీమ్ చక్కెర పాస్తాడు,
Yeah,
షుగర్.
I think it's 2 scoops of ice cream, no?
4 scoops.
Oh,
You have 1 shot of espresso. Anyone who's drinking. So I used to work as a barista
Barista.
in True Black and
I get
Last
high
House.
thinking
I
about
So
it.
whenever I'm there, when I'm taking orders,
I'm getting
they
high
come in,
thinking about
yeah, cold coffee, 1 shot of espresso, which is 30 ml, 4 scoops of ice cream, which is 220 grams.
Yeah.
220 grams of ice cream.
it. Bodybuilder.
And I'm like, Mama, that is not coffee. Don't insult coffee by
Yeah,
saying that.
Exactly.
So there is so much that
But
goes.
people want that sugar.
Yeah,
That's the
morning.
high.
నాకు పొద్దున్నే
And you
cold
know
coffee
what?
ఏంట్రా?
I know people who will walk for 1 kilometer and say, "Pani workout jesa, I deserve the calories." They'll go have
Yeah.
that.
Oh God, that reminds me. People who come will lift weights in the gym. Their Apple Watch says 550 calories. I burned 550 calories. So I'm going to eat 550 calories. I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
Wait, so how does this work? I'm very
Okay,
not
so
curious.
your Apple Watch, the way it works, the algorithm is not accurate, especially if lifting weights. For example, let's both of us start working out. Both of us will have the Apple Watch on. It was gonna calculate it according to your heart rate, which honestly, if you're just sitting and you have caffeine, you're burning calories, no? Technically.
Oh.
See
Now
heart
my-
rate, heart
heart
rate, age, height, weight.
Yeah, so
4
your
parameters.
4 parameters. And also another thing, there is he'll explain it better. The way your metabolism and the way you burn calories, there's only certain amount your body can handle. There are 4 calories, 4 ways. What is it? EAT,
No. TEF,
TEF,
TA, thermic effect of food. So you eat more nutrient dense food, basically more fibers, more proteins, proper quantum of fats. Your body to digest the fibers and
Spend
proteins
energy.
and fats also, it has to use energy.
Okay, it'll. Okay.
So there are 4
Grinder
ways.
తిప్పాలంటే energy కావాలి.
Yeah. Alright.
So you put more roughage into it, it has to process it. So దానికి it takes more time.
Like vegetables, fiber, more fiber.
So the food is there in your system longer. To process that food, it takes more energy. The time to process also is longer. So more calories you burn just by eating that kind of food. First point. Second point is thermic effect of activity. Whatever general activity you do, going to the gym, running, swimming, cycling, these kind of things. The other one is your basal metabolic rate, which is basically to survive. You lie down, to survive, you need a certain quantum of calories for your heart to function, for your eyes to work, for you to hear, everything, every single living organism to function. And then on top of that, we have a lifestyle factor,
Okay.
which is basically either you're sedentary, you're slightly active, moderately active, highly active. So the factors will increase your calorie count. So if I put the factor and people don't work out, you don't lose weight.
So coming
Okay.
to the point, so that is 100% of how your body, and these are not equal, and you cannot increase them or decrease them. Your BMR holds 70%. So the 70% of your calories depends on your metabolism. So that's why people, they say have a good metabolism, a bad metabolism.
See,
No,
and
70%.
one more thing is it metabolism, right? Your metabolism does not change.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
this I
that is
didn't know.
70% now.
This is bullshit.
Now-
Your metabolism will never change.
Now he said your non-active calories that you burn, like you just going on a stroll, those are non-active, right? That is 15%. So now 70, 15, and then now you have your thermic effect of food, which is 10%, and then you have your activity, which is 5%.
Just 5%.
So now you're telling me that your activity you do 2000 calories, your watch says in an hour. That is not possible, boss. You do not have enough food and storage for your body to do it that way. మేము మ్యారథాన్ పరిగెడితే మేము 5 గంటలు 6 గంటలు పరిగెడితే మాకు
4,000 చూపిస్తుంది.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ దట్ ఈస్ హౌ ఇట్ వర్క్స్. ఇట్ డజంట్ వర్క్.
అప్పుడు కూడా I don't believe I burned 4,000.
But like you're saying metabolism doesn't, అంటే like
Okay,
over age
logic
also.
చెప్తాను. So over age, yes.
Okay.
So it's like a 1% decline for every 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That too after you stop growing.
Okay.
So until you're growing, you need a lot more calories. So the younger you are, the more calories you require. So when I calculate for younger chaps, when I calculate for him also, his calories used to be high. But in comparison, if I calculate for myself, it's going to be definitely low.
సో యా మేము మ్యారథాన్ పరిగెత్తేటప్పుడు కూడా వీ డోంట్ డూ ఫుల్ స్ట్రెచ్, వీ డూ న్యూట్రిషన్, వీ టేక్ రైస్ బిఫోర్ డే 2 days ముందు, వీ ఈట్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ రైస్, వీ డూ కార్బ్ లోడింగ్, వీ ప్లాన్ అకార్డింగ్లీ. ఇట్స్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్.
See, metabolism, unfortunately, people are mixing it up with how your body processes. the
Yeah,
food.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
They
Metabolism is a genetic thing. It will be there.
hmm.
ఓకేనా, ఇంత పర్సంటేజ్ అని ఉంటుంది, అట్లానే ఉంటుంది నీ బాడీలో సైంటిఫిక్.
You can't spike that. So people can't.
You can change the way your machine works.
Yes.
You cannot change the efficiency
efficiency
of
of
your
it.
machine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు జనరేటర్ ఉంది మా ఇంట్లో, ఆ జనరేటర్కి నేను కెరసనాయిల్ పోసాను అనుకో, ఒకలాగా ఫంక్షన్ అవుతుంది. లాజిక్ చెప్తున్నా.
Yeah, makes
సో
sense.
ఇఫ్ యూ ఫీడ్ యువర్ బాడీ షేట్, ఇట్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫంక్షన్.
So when the term food మంచిగా తింటే మెటబాలిజం పెరుగుతుంది,
Yeah.
Machine
that is
also gets
actually
damaged.
it's not just food, your thermic effect of food is
So
increasing.
the rest of the 10%.
Yes,
are meant to-
so that is how it's working. So
Efficiency is very
efficient. So
important.
when you lift weights, you are never lifting to lose anything. You're lifting to gain muscle and maintain muscle. Whenever you're doing walking, cardio, all of these things is where you lose a lot, because the 10 minutes that you spend on a treadmill will burn a lot more than the hour that you're lifting weights. Even if you're doing supersets back to back, you won't burn anywhere close to the amount.
See, end of it, endurance ki people work out differently. For strength and for build, people work out differently. It's as simple as that. So I have had a lot of people saying, "Oh, if you run, it'll drink your muscle or it'll melt your muscle." Some bullshit.
కరిగిపోతుంది
How
మొత్తం.
will your muscle? ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నారు స్వామి? That concept of muscle melting, it comes from a wrong perception of. So what happens is, some people, when you overexert, your blood is separate, that runs in your the blood that goes to your kidneys or the blood that goes to different parts of your body is different. Muscle ను ఓవర్ స్ట్రెయిన్ చేసినప్పుడు it releases a different kind of protein anta, and that protein leaks into your main bloodstream. So when you're extremely fatigued, this happens. Overstrain cheste, ante overstrain to what extent? You're constantly dehydrated for 24 hours plus, you didn't drink enough water, you're constantly pushing. Then what happens? That it's called some protein, specific protein, that is like a toxin for your kidneys.
Okay.
So that at that point of time only, from your muscle, your muscle breaks down and releases that into your blood, and that damages your kidneys.
When we get water, that is so much.
So that is the thing. But apart from that,
Dude, I'll
all
give you
the
my
other
personal
things,
example.
people say your muscle will liquefy. How will your muscle
నేను
liquefy?
2020లో when I started working out, I was 80 kgs. నేను డిసెంబర్ వరకు I was still 80 kgs. I didn't gain or lose a single ఇది. But I was consistent. I never missed a day. And I ate whatever I want. Home food తిన్నా. హోమ్ ఫుడ్ ఏంటి, కొంచెం చెత్త కూడా తిన్నా, బాగానే చెత్త తిన్నా. బట్ డిసెంబర్లో for some reason I said these 3 weeks I had to go to Bangalore because I've studied in Bangalore. These 3 weeks I went there. There was a gym లో ఒక ట్రైనర్ ఉన్నాడు. వాడు పొట్ట పట్టుకుని, సార్ you've been working out, why don't you just these 3 weeks, why don't you just stay on the cross train elliptical పైన, just do elliptical, how much ever time you go to the gym, 1 గంట సేపు ఉంటో చెయ్యి, ఓపిక ఉన్నంతసేపు చెయ్యి,
Only elliptical.
only elliptical, do not, ఈస్ హిందీలో వెయిట్స్ మచ్ హూనా అన్నాడు. హీ వాజ్ అ ముస్లిం గై. ఏం సర్లే వీడేం పిచ్చేదో చెప్పాడులే కానీ సర్లే ట్రై చేద్దామని ట్రై చేసా. ఇన్ దట్ 3 weeks I lost 17 kgs, బట్ దట్ is compounded over 6 months. It's not that easy because మొత్తం వాటర్ వెయిట్ ఉంది. And అప్పుడు also I started eating clean. A lot of things there. It's not just that. But my whole point being is it works differently what people assume.
And taking this
See-
much time to actually know about
See,
it
your
is-
body will be functioning differently right now. Now, if I ask you to do something he's doing, your body will not accept it.
Yeah, ante, yeah, it's true.
So the problem is that half of this, there is this special term, chapri trainers. What is this?
Inna gaani, I don't know what is it.
Insta chapri trainers. So there'll be one weird guy. He'll be wearing one weighted vest, and he say, "I ran 20 kilometers. I did this much boxing. I did something, and then I ate pizza. I need the energy." So, see, that's what I'm saying. Don't suggest things which you know will hurt other people, because people might not follow all your things, but they'll eat the pizza.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole
The
point.
easiest thing. Yeah. He can.
The day we run our marathon or a half marathon, the first thing we go, we have breakfast. ఏది పడితే తినేది, right? But we
But-
fucking earned that meal.
But now you know what happened. I mean, he probably would have changed his notion now. For us, at least, up to one point, we used to go have something sugary also. After a point, now I go, I'll have breakfast. I'll have probably the worst thing I'll have is hash brown, and it's the worst thing possible you can have. Everybody, it's the worst thing possible you can have. So I'll have a hash brown. I'll have again those sausages, chicken breast, veggies, everything I'll eat.
That also you get used to after
Okay.
a while.
Yeah,
Basically, that's
actually,
what
actually.
So
happens.
I'll eat that. But for me to even eat one sweet item, elladu doesn't go. So actually, there is a point where your body says no to sugars also. And I think you'll reach that at some point. I'm not saying I completely abstain. There are days I binge. I'll be very frank.
I feel like you will, like if your body is accepting on it.
No, I will binge just to get that dopamine high. I'll be very frank with you. I binge to just get the dopamine high. I don't binge for the.
But
for
nowadays,
the-
I don't know. More than dopamine, I'm getting the guilt also sometimes. I don't
Why
know.
are you feeling guilty?
See,
I don't
Okay,
know.
the guilt is in to out. Your in is always there. Your out
yes,
is not.
that's what I was gonna say. I'll give you an example. He
If
said
you don't work
dopamine.
out, yalla antava.
He
In
said
general, energy expenditure is not there.
Hmm.
So in comparison, that when you eat more,
Oh,
guilt will be
yeah,
there.
yeah. If you work out, I think so. Like yesterday, I had like a small dessert. I
You'll
was
be
little bit
fine.
guilty,
You'll
but
be
today
fine.
morning when I worked out,
You'll feel
I don't
fine.
feel that bad as yesterday. Yeah.
he said no dopamine hit ki. When I did a proper cut, zero carb, no rice cut, we 2 weeks anything that entered my mouth was measured, and we reached our goal. Mottam happy అయిపోయాము, and I was 10% body fat. I didn't expect
Yeah, I
it.
remember seeing
I
it.
didn't expect it. He knew it. వాడు ఇంకా చేయొచ్చు అంటాడు. You
No.
fucked it up అంటాడు.
No. He actually, I clearly saw him. I said 8. Last
Sorry,
week,
sorry,
some
that
small things
can-
happened.
వద్దు.
Some small things happened. I don't want to talk about
Social
that.
situations వల్ల I had diet coke.
Ah.
It didn't hurdle my. It didn't.
It
set
won't
me
hurdle your
back.
progress, but that 1% it will change.
That it didn't set me back.
That
It
was
just
before
fucked with my
drinking, but
gut
okay.
bacteria. It just fucked with my gut
I've still
bacteria.
been telling him, "Udra babu, udra," చెప్తూనే ఉన్నా.
I couldn't social situation. I
now
couldn't do anything much.
తాగేసా ఇప్పుడు.
నేను కూడా తాగే ఇక్కడ. It's fine. But
Yeah.
see,
See, you see, I also have.
he also has the same thing. Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's a good thing to have, but
It's fine.
I just see. I kept it here. It can be a crutch.
So now after that, for me, brownies and an ice cream is one of my favorite things to eat. A warm brownie with ice cream. And almost we did this cut multiple times. We cycled 4 weeks ఒకసారి చేసి బ్రేక్ తీసుకుని another 2 weeks, 2 weeks చేసి మళ్ళీ బ్రేక్ తీసుకుని. We did it in a very sensible way. Every single time he knows if he killed it for 4 weeks, వాడికి he needs a dopamine. I ate it guilt free. నేను Labonel is the big box of
Yeah.
brownies, ordered it. I got London Dairy's half kg tub. రెండు పక్కన తిని, I was watching anime, One Piece. I sent him a photo also. and I ate it and I posted about it also. The guilt factor is not there. I fucking aced it for 2 months, dude. Where is the guilt? I fucking deserve this dessert.
Yeah.
My point is, even if you choose to have something, have the better even. Get something quality and eat. The problem is people go and eat Nutella. What is Nutella?
Palm
Palm
oil and
oil,
sugar.
sugar.
50%. Read the label, man.
Naku.
And bloody only in India it's palm oil.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I
Yeah.
didn't know this.
You didn't know
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
Oh,
only India's palm oil.
fuck. I didn't know.
You go to these stores that sell all these foreign Kit Kats or
They
foreign
taste
Nutella.
different.
Launted, yeah.
Qmart, foreign Nutella. Look at the ingredients on that. Look at the ingredients on Indian. Why is this? Tell me. People want cheap product, but they want Nutella. That's what they'll give you. Next to kerosene bosses.
Yeah, they can't replace hazelnuts for sure.
One thing that Aditya, remember when I said ice cream and na brownie kavalante, he said have ice cream, do not have frozen dessert annadu.
Oh,
This
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew about it, so I didn't say anything. But this is the thing he tells everyone. You have instead of picking
Ice cream is really good for us.
ice cream is fine antadu. Do not have frozen dessert antadu.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, a lot of people, I knew this from 2 years, 3 years. Anduku I never did that. If I go, I eat ice cream. I won't eat anything else.
The funny part, nowadays ఏదో కొత్తగా కనిపెట్టినట్టు జనాలు క్వాలిటీ వాల్స్ ఏదో కప్పట పెడతాడు పొద్దున్న వేసరికి
24 hours
పెట్టు.
పెట్టినా
Yeah,
it look like that only.
and he'll pour the oil will come out. Yes, that is how it is. The ingredients are on the back. What are you talking about, stupid fellow?
Fuck, yeah.
You've been eating that from when you're a kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole
You
point.
came to know about it now.
Yeah, I remember this. Yes.
This has always been there. It's always been like that. They've always mentioned it. We don't read the label.
అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు పట్టించుకుంటారు, అవసరం లేనప్పుడు
అవసరం
Yeah,
ఎప్పుడు
it's like it's
వస్తుంది?
as simple as when you're having feverish, వస్తే తప్ప you'll not care about that
Feverish,
fever.
హార్ట్ ఇష్యూలు వచ్చిన తర్వాత జనాలు వెళ్ళి చూస్తున్నారు లేబుల్లో.
అదే like when you're fucked up only.
I'll give you an example. Your mind also fucks with you very well. There is my community lo, the gym. I go there. There's an auntie who's been coming regularly 1 year nunchi, and she does her part trying to be, inclusive of having healthier foods and everything. Oksa supermarket lo, I was getting bill some edo grocery bill done, and she got me that fox seed packet. She's telling her friends. I just overheard this. Hey, dintlo only 120 calories unnai anindi. I have gone through every single thing. Trust me. Na katlo ఉన్నప్పుడు what can I eat and what can I not eat? I went through every fucking packet in Vijeta. Sir, I know how much
I was the database for him.
database నేను కూడా చూసుకుని
Half the
ఎత్తుక్కున్నాను.
time he'll call. తినొచ్చా ఎంత తినాలా?
You know, chocolates lo munch is 39 calories, a single munch. That's the least calorie. I know these things. Daridranga, right?
You have to
Dairy
know.
milk.
Because I knew it.
Dairy
And
milk 40 gram bar is 220
Yeah.
calories.
Oh my
Munch-
god. 40 grams is like a 20.
Munch is the most calorie efficient thing you can have.
Because it's full of air, man.
Yeah, half of it is air and it satisfies you. Happyగా తిని వెళ్ళిపో.
అది పొడుగ్గుంటది, వాడు అక్కడే సగం
Oh,
చీట్
big
చేస్తాడు.
chick, big
ఆ, 5 రూపాయలు
Exactly.
5 రూపాయలు ఉన్నప్పుడే నీకు తెలిసిపోవాలా.
Yeah.
See, but you're satisfied, no? If I said if you're on a very stressful diet, I said you can have 1 full bar of munch ante instead of 1 small piece of dairy milk, you'll go happily eat it.
Yeah.
అంతెందుకు దే సెల్లర్స్ చిప్స్ ప్యాకెట్ ఎంత ఉంటది, లోపల చిప్స్ ఎంత ఉంటాయి.
Okay,
Yeah.
coming back to the story. Tanu fox nuts ది చూపించింది. And obviously it's fox nut is marketed as the healthy snack.
ఫాక్స్ నట్స్,
Fox nuts, the
మకన.
అండ్ in దాంట్లో the label లో calories bold గా 128 అని ఉంది. సర్వింగ్ సైజ్ ఇంత మైక్రో సైజ్ రాసి ఉంది. నాకు ఎందుకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది, ఎందుకు did I miss it అన్నట్టుగా. I went checked it. The serving size is 20 grams. The packet is 120 grams.
And that 250 gram packet itself.
Oh, that is almost into 6.
అంతే. And then she మొత్తం ఆంటీ పాప she already ate the entire packet and she's picking the second one. నేను ఆంటీ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి, ఆంటీ నేను పరిగెత్తుకుంటే మీరు చెప్తే నాకు కూడా ఆశ వచ్చి, I didn't want to tell her that I knew it. పరిగెత్తుకుంటే నాకు ఆశ వచ్చింది, చెక్ చేసి నేను కూడా మోసపోయాను ఆంటీ. ఇట్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ 400 calories, 450 calories ఒక ప్యాకెట్ అంటే. అవునా అనింది. See, at the end of the day, that's how it works. You have to, at the end of the day, corporation wants to make money out of you.
No, that is like
That's how it
capitalism.
works.
That's normal.
That is very
Any food
normal and you live
business
with it.
Doing that is normal. But choice is always yours. This is what
Again.
I tell people.
Yeah.
You have to make a choice. No, తప్పేం లేదు. వాళ్ళు అమ్మడం అమ్ముతారు. They're putting labels. They're putting.
They're not
health
forcing you to
information.
buy it.
They're not forcing you
Yeah,
to buy
they're not
it.
forcing
They're
you to
only
buy
getting you addicted to it. Okay.
And that's also very
Moving
it's a
on.
beautiful art, to be honest.
Yeah.
Getting addicted to something.
Would you ever think if I said you were addicted to sugar? No. We'll be like, hey, no, I'm not. Actually, we are.
And
And
you
this
will,
subconsciously will tune you. The moment you walk into some place, you'll go for the most sugary stuff.
Yeah. No.
We never realize all this. That is where psychology comes into play.
yeah.
Consumer
Conditioning,
psychology.
reconditioning,
Yeah.
then clients getting them de-addiction of sugar. It's similar to de-addiction from alcohol.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's more
And you
tougher
have
than
withdrawal
that.
symptoms also. People are just so used to it, aren't they? The withdrawal symptoms are very obvious. They're
I
just
have
used to it.
clients who shout at me. They'll shout at me. I'm like, oh, it's okay, fine, no problem. Whatever it is, talk. Vent it out here, I'll say.
But
So,
it's very difficult. Like dealing with so many clients is also like, I don't know
Yeah.
how.
That's
like,
one thing that you have with Homely and also
Oh,
your.
yeah, it's very, I mean, more than like, at least in food law, like, I'm 100% sure
food is
80,
even
80,
worse.
90% of them do not follow the diet. Like, pakka
Yeah,
they'll so
they
kabatti they
won't.
don't come back and question me.
See, what they do, no. They'll eat that and they'll eat something more.
Yeah.
I think they don't understand the way I explain it to people is it's like your bank account. నువ్వు ఖర్చు పెట్టిన దానికన్నా నువ్వు ఎర్న్ చేస్తే వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ టు ది అకౌంట్ ద సేమ్ వే
See,
దిస్
one
ఇట్
more,
వర్క్స్ అని
Yeah,
చెప్పేసి
bank is a good
వదిలేస్తారు.
one more thing
analogy.
has to come into play for people. They have to understand one thing very clearly. You want something specifically tailor-made for you. You have to pay. People
Yeah,
don't.
I think that is
People,
one thing with Homely
unfortunately,
that I saw is people want very specific
you cannot
goals
do
to
that. Then you
themselves.
pay.
Yeah, and they do not want they want homely food. Yes, absolutely, it's very
They want
beautiful.
all the macros measured. They
మళ్ళీ
want it as
అడుగుతారు
per their weight.
నాకు
They want it as per their health goals. I
Ah.
won't pay. How will it work?
how does it it doesn't work like
It
that.
doesn't work that way.
People వాళ్ళు
I know
హాస్పిటల్
this
బిల్
being
కి
in the food business. Huh? I know.
Yeah, I usually get
And
them.
it's not easy to portion, man.
yeah,
Very difficult.
Portioning one box with enough the correct macros. See, even
not
if you
easy.
say say you have a green chicken and this is standard, you'll say macros. I know the reason why you say it's standard, and this is the macros I'll give you. That's all.
This is
I will not
possibility.
cater for you specifically because you know the headache with that, and I
Yeah.
also know the headache.
Yeah. Very, very difficult. But
Yeah, people are willing to pay 6-7 lakhs for like a 2-day hospital bill, but they refuse to pay 10,000 for your
I've-
food.
shit,
You
By
know how many,
nutrition.
you know how many people I've told this. So people come to me and so how much do you charge? I tell them very openly, 15,000. And based on, see, some people come with clinical history of certain cases. So then first thing I tell them, are you consulting with the doctor? Because I'm not a doctor. I'll be very frank with you. I help you condition, decondition. I help you eat better. I help you make better choices. I'm there in your shittiest time. But I cannot give you medication because I'm not a doctor. I'm not educated in that. So I tell them, are you consulting a doctor? They say yes. I said, are you taking medication? This is the first thing I ask. They say yes. Okay. You're taking everything, you're consulting a doctor. Even through this process, once you get better, because I make them do a routine blood check every 3 months. So I had a client recently. She did it for 2 months. See, some people follow off the bat. Some people take longer.
yeah.
So she did it for 2 months. She did her routine blood check progressively by herself. She only took a choice. She did it proactively. She did proactively by herself. And the results came back. She said, I think my thyroid is down. It has gone down. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, I'm amazed that you got it down in 2 months. Very good. Continue what you're doing. Come back. So she gave her a different dose. She said, come back after a month. With still going down, we'll remove the medication. She was very happy when she spoke to me. So my point is, that is how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But unfortunately, people have the misconception that now what is becoming, all the doctors are cheating us. This is what people are assuming. No. Doctors are helping you. They're managing the condition the way you want.
They also know that it's not that easy to get it right.
Doctors know. See, they are seeing 200 patients per day. Assume. They cannot sit every patient down and tell them, "Me roju parigittal." They cannot counsel.
Yeah,
that is the
exactly.
problem. So people also should understand that. You yourself don't want to spend 5 minutes in a clinic. Correct? You go, you want to finish and you want to run. So what you will tell the doctor? నాకు జ్వరం వచ్చింది ఇంజెక్షన్ వేయంటాం. I've seen people do that.
Don't tell what they have done to get
They
that.
tell
or
the
like-
doctor directly, doctor, I have work. Please put an injection. I want to recover immediately. You'll do that once, you'll do that twice. Third time, where is your immunity gone?
Wow.
ఐవీ బ్యాగ్ ఇంటికి పంపియండి నర్స్తో పాటు. దట్స్ హౌ దే డూ ఇట్, రైట్?
They say.
Like shortcuts. I think that the
Yeah.
shortcuts, it's not just applicable to like this fitness field also. Like overall, even in like, shifting to the career, this is life perspective on
Everything.
general.
Everything.
Fast,
Everything.
everything they need fast. And like it was again unlearning. Like, if I'm learning some hobby, for example, running. Live example, running. I was pushing him to say that, bro. I was pushing him for him to accept that. Can I run 21K? I want him to give his approval.
Yeah.
He was like, don't. How much have you been running the last couple of weeks, bro? Do 10K. I mean,
It
he
works
was.
based on that.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, he told me like, and it's. They actually told me this one thing I've read. Every like, it was a cardinal rule slow. One thing he actually told us, slow is the fastest way you can get somewhere. It was actually beautiful. And people, the moment you get it, I think so, you do
It
consistently
was a
what you've
hard pill
been.
for me also to swallow.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a 20-year-old who wants to fucking run a marathon or run a 10K and be on the podium, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
You made him like,
it
I
doesn't.
didn't make him. The marathon made him.
Yeah.
Not just my marathon. My first 10K did it to me.
Hmm.
My first 10K
He and
humbled
me
the
ran.
fuck out of me.
One something he did it in.
No. I did it in 79 minutes.
Adele 1 hour something.
Yeah,
No,
and
no.
sadly 79 minutes.
I
I'm
actually-
telling 1 hour 20 ani.
Yeah.
My
First-
heart rate was 185, 190
Throughout the run.
throughout the run. వీడికి ఏంద్ర నీ హార్ట్ రేట్ ఇట్లా ఉంది అంటాడు.
I'm saying slow down. He's like, no, I don't
No.
want to.
I
No,
said
I don't want to.
You didn't slow down and you ended up in.
I told him, I do not care. I want to maintain a single pace. I said I do not want to walk the run. I want to jog
So,
and finish it.
mistakes a lot of people make is that.
That helped me learn. Bat to kotti, I basically learnt basic and but that is the whole point. Then I started running my 5K I did. I walked it, man. I walked it in 55 minutes because to maintain my heart rate. చెప్పా కదా slow is the and now I can run a 25-minute 5K on a normal chill run, but that's not. I didn't get there overnight. It's slow. It compounds. It takes a lot of patience for that. Not just running, everything.
Everything.
That is why I think I love running. You can coordinate it with everything.
Ask him to think about his experience during the first marathon.
Where was it?
We actually have to talk about it. Me and Aditya planned the episode to do a single episode about his lay and my first marathon
Oh, yeah.
experience.
Where was your first marathon?
My first marathon was
Like
Hyderabad.
10K. You're talking about 10K only.
No. When
Oh,
we
42.
when both of us say marathon,
Recent
understand
run.
it's 42.195.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, if you say marathon and 10K, people will come hit us.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Oh God.
So your first marathon was the one that recently you ran.
Hyderabad, yes.
Yeah.
I ran a 40 before with him. That 40 and running this 42 was completely two different worlds for me. And why? Yeah. Why ante?
Ask him why.
See, I think
I really want to find out.
he just wants me to say it. Sir, at the end of the day, I had a time in my mind, and race day, the adrenaline is also going to be there. I was feeling good, and I pushed all the downhills. Hyderabad uphills, I've been humbled with uphills enough because I ran uphills with him before. That same route I've ran. Kani downhills, I never pushed. So, but at
Is
this
downhill little bit difficult, huh? I mean,
No.
Downhill is a little bit
No.
easier, no?
The whole point is it doesn't feel difficult,
But
Okay.
it kills you.
but it kills you internally.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
curious.
so uphills anta, I was pacing my pace kante 30 seconds, 45 seconds slower I was running. In my head, I was running 6:15. My watch was saying 6:15. The flats I was going well. My flats anni was solid 6. The moment we got on the road and when there is a little bit up and down, 6:15, 6:30, then I
I
faded off.
don't know all that. I
Of
saw
course.
him at 31. I'm going in the car. I'm like, yeah, she's like,
I gave him this look because I knew this that వాడికి హాయ్ చెప్పాను ఏం దరిద్రం ఏందో వాడు ముఖం చూశాను both of my legs gave out నుంచుని ఇట్లా అని పడిపోయా
You fell?
I fell back but I held myself and the thing is both of us trained for cramping also. When we ran the 40 I cramped multiple times in between but
there is one more.
there is
So wait, what do you do when you get a cramp? Like,
please ask the expert.
Yeah,
I don't
what do
want
you
to
do? I mean,
open
like,
my mouth
There
about
is
it.
nothing you can do once you get the cramp.
first iదేదో
You when that
Correction is
feeling
better than cure.
one Telugu movie, some joke is like, first pictures కింద పడిపోవాలి.
Do you know there is no cure for fits?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It is an episode.
Oh.
So these are called seizures. There are different
Yes,
types of seizures. Grand mal seizure is where you get the froth in the mouth. The rest of the seizure are just people doing this. Seizures can also be people shouting, ah, and then they forget that happened. They don't remember that they did. It can be where a
Don't you have
scenario where-
silent seizures also?
Yes,
Yeah.
there are scenarios where people are staring. They're
They're just
having a
staring.
seizure.
They're having a
Oh.
There are
seizure.
scenarios
Yeah.
where people lift a car. They're having a seizure. You get extreme strength.
Oh.
You don't realize.
Oh yeah.
No,
You
but that's so crazy.
Wait.
I
You
mean,
forget.
I mean, see, without any external stimuli, you actually can lift a car ante. That means that maybe it's in your
dude,
head.
it's in your head.
Head kaadu.
Ah.
This is the chemical
Chemical.
release.
Okay, so
Yeah, but
do you
still
know
the
the
efficiency
story
of you-
about
you tell-
No, no, no.
What do you mean? Like, for example, ఇప్పుడు I want to know this because ఇప్పుడు like నువ్వు
ఇప్పుడు నేను
చెప్పినట్టు
ఒక విషయం చెప్తా.
Ah.
ఒక కొబ్బరి పుల్ల ఉంది. With that కొబ్బరి పుల్ల you can lift a heavier object. Correct? But there is a certain time frame only which it can hold, and the force you use on that kobbari pulla to lift it has to be immense.
So the
So you
theory
can
works
do-
like this. Your
can
legs
do that.
are very efficient. When you're running or doing it, all of your muscle fibers are not used. Only
Ah.
part of it is used, 5%. And the science works if all of your muscle fiber
You can do a lot
is
more.
active, you will do a lot, but it'll snap your legs also in the process.
అయిపోతావు. You'll burn out.
you might actually anyway like something like
No, no,
paralyzed or
because
something.
no, no.
చినుగుతాయి.
Chinipotai.
నిజంగా చినుగుతాయి fibers.
The force is enough to break your bone. That is what the science says. I'll tell you what.
Oh.
Muscles are so
Yeah.
powerful.
You know
Yeah.
how the marathon timing, the scientist said you cannot do a sub 2 hour marathon, and
Yes,
there
yes,
was
yes.
a guy who did sub 2 hour
Kipchoge.
marathon. Kipchoge did it.
159.
Yeah, 159.40 seconds basically, and
42 kilometers here.
he 42 kilometers.
160 minutes.
The scientist said it'll take 2084 or something.
160.
150.
120 కింద. Below 120
159.
minutes.
Oh, 1 hour 59
1
minutes.
hour.
minutes.
Fuck. Okay.
So again, in the same way, scientists said the same thing with lifting a 500 kg off
Wait,
the floor.
is he all right after the 2 hours?
Yeah,
That was good. Okay.
he won
World record gelisaడు.
the
అన్నీ
next.
he beat everything.
Yeah, he beat everything. He's a 2-time Olympic world record
Third
holder.
time he gave up at 30.
Third time he gave up at 30. He stopped.
So he says you should know when your body gives up, you should stop.
You should stop.
Don't push it.
Don't push it. Anyways, so the same way, the science for lifting 500
Oh, this fella
kgs
did it now. Strong.
off the floor is also there. The scientist says it's impossible. Weed kante at least a deadline it's a 2085 law you can lift any. Scientist said it's impossible.
Yes,
You know
sir.
how he
much?
lift
500 kg.
500 kgs off the floor. Now the world record is 501,
He did it.
but that is different. The first person to ever
Oh,
lift it,
sir.
his name is Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall.
వాడు
Eddie.
ఎట్టా ఊరుకున్నట్టు
I'll tell you what. You know what he did? He went to a psychiatrist and he basically told her, hallucinate me, that my family and kids are under.
hallucinate.
Ante they basically
Hypnotize me.
hypnotize. Sorry, hallucinate. So it's wrong
What
words.
is
Wrong. I'm so sorry.
He was having
Hypnotize me in
hallucinations.
that put me in the dangerous position.
Put me in this place where I
Fight or
feel
flight.
my
Oh,
kids
yeah.
are under the
Fight or
car
flight.
and I'm lifting the car up. The interview of his is very beautiful.
Oh, this is interesting.
He lifts the deadlift. He holds the moment they say cleared, because you have to wait for 3 lights to go off. All the judges say yes, it's a legal lift. He drops the weight, falls on his knees. His blood
comes out, yes.
blood comes out, and he didn't move. All of his staff come rushing to him. He doesn't move, and then they take him to the hospital. A lot of things happen to him. Yes, you are pushed to the certain
Internal
extent.
trauma, hemorrhage.
A lot of
అన్నీ
things.
ఉంటాయి.
He had a hemorrhage or something like that. Yeah. Antodle, I'll tell you one thing. My dad's mother, my nanamma, నేను ఊరికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు నిజామాబాద్లో ఊరికి వెళ్తే దట్ సేఫ్ ఇస్ బిన్ దేర్ ఫర్ 2 centuries.
Those
ఒక
things.
సేఫ్ ఇట్స్ మేడ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్ క్యాస్ట్ ఐరన్. ఒక 150 years నుంచి ఎప్పుడో మా నాయనమ్మ వాళ్ళ తాతలు
You'll
ఇచ్చింది.
Hmm.
దట్ సేఫ్ దాని కీ కూడా లేదు మా దగ్గర.
Oh, I have mine.
అండ్ మాకు ఇల్లు షిఫ్టింగ్ అంటే అది ఎత్తడానికి 7-8 people వచ్చినా కూడా కళ్ళలేదు అది. అండ్ నాకు మై డాడ్ టెల్స్ మీ ద స్టోరీ దట్ చిన్నప్పుడు ఇల్లు తగలపడిపోయిందిరా, అప్పుడు నాయనమ్మ ఒక చేయితోటి ఆ సేఫ్ని తోసేసింది అడ్డం గుంటే. అంటే ఐఎమ్ లైక్ రే ఇక్కడ 8 మంది ఎత్తుతుంటే అవ్వట్లేదు. హౌ డిడ్ మై నాయనమ్మ when she's 60 do it అంటే
Fight or flight.
ఫైట్ ఆర్ ఫ్లైట్ రా అంటారు. అంతే కదరా, చెట్టు పడిపోతే మనుషుల పైన ఎట్లా ఎత్తగలుగుతారా?
A lot of people stop it.
Ah.
to save people.
Yeah.
All of these things.
So,
Bro, fight or flight is
one
such
more
a
thing-
curious
okay,
thing.
One more thing he forgot to mention is that adrenaline helps you through those times, fight or flight. So huge amount is pumped into your system. So every time you have goosebumps, did you know adrenaline pumps into your
We
system?
have goosebumps right now
Okay.
also.
So I can think about it and do it.
Yeah.
I've showed him that
Oh, that's a
He
very
does
good
it.
trick.
I am
But-
slowly learning it.
No, sorry,
See?
after 2 minutes I'll ask. మొత్తం వచ్చిన but it's really nice.
I'm slowly learning it, and I understood how it's happening, and I'm figuring it out.
You have
నాకు
to
వీడంత
trigger.
తొందర రాదు. It takes me 5-10 minutes, but it'll come. And
So this is basically adrenaline, like when you
adrenaline,
when you
it's
get
proper pure adrenaline.
It'll automatically pump into your system. So at the moments I feel
like
fatigue,
can you experiment with me, like how long? I mean, it'll take a lot of time to master.
no,
No.
think of it like this.
But, okay.
Think of one of your best experience that has held, that has like bamboozled you. ఇందులో ఇది అసలు మనిషిట్ట అంటే చూడు.
Okay.
So you will have your experience. Something so inspiring or so fucked up that just push you to that level. You
alright.
feel it?
I could feel
You could-
like koncham
Yes.
like
So,
that. I know
yeah.
what it feel like.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I
Another
You have to
funny
let
thing.
loose.
yeah,
Naku-
I was very like conscious of
Conscious.
this.
I have a video of me weight training, and then I was squatting, and I hit my head on the bar. నాకు తెలియలేదు, నాకు మొత్తం ఉబ్బిపోయింది. And then once I saw that video, I'm like, oh, I posted that video on my Instagram, and then people like, is your head okay? And I'm like, what happened to my head? And then I saw the video, and I actually hit my head pretty hard. And then I called him. I'm like, అయితే నాకు తగిలినట్టు కూడా అనిపించలేదు. What happened to me? అంటే he said, dude, you do realize you're running so much that your body's natural adrenaline is just higher. And that is why even something happens, something drastic happens, I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Your response
Your response becomes different.
The way you manage things.
That also what adrenaline does
Your
to you.
energy becomes very high.
Yeah. You know the high that we talk about, runners high, half of it is also adrenaline.
And
Yeah, the first
and-
time he was the one who pointed
and at
that.
the same time you burn out also.
You burn out.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
That's why
Adrenaline that
we
burns
crash easily. I sleep by 6.
Yeah. Adrenaline.
evening.
You know how you have an insulin dump?
Uh,
At you'll have an adrenaline dump. You'll
oh
crash.
yeah.
I sleep at 6:30. I don't. Party animal and God, man. People will call, but
That is there.
now what has
living
happened is
on.
Aditya now what level.
And we're very
we should
happy.
be
with-
okay with being
I'm
called the
very happy.
bore of the group. I'm like, I don't mind.
I think one of the toughest things that, especially when you're growing in any aspect, your business, health, anything, is saying no.
yeah,
to things that are not
the
good
art
for
of
you.
saying no. I keep
Yeah.
telling this. The art of saying no is you're letting go of the little bit. It starts with letting go of the judgment, and in no one
Yeah.
day, what will they think of me? Why are you so obsessed with what someone thinks of?
Exactly.
Like, what do you think about yourself?
Stop giving a fuck.
Yeah,
As
it's a very
simple
like
as that.
Genuinely ఏంటంటే if you want to do it, it's a different scenario. If you don't want to do it, then off the bat ఆలోచించకుండా no.
yeah, but like it's a very
నాకు
difficult thing
వచ్చేస్తుంది.
saying
So
no.
a lot of people will think I will కొంచెం ఉంటుంది కదా అనుకుంటారని. నన్ను అడుగుతారా అన్న అంట. మా అత్త మన ఇంటికి వచ్చింది ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇది ఇంద్ర నోటి పక్కన చాలా దూరం అత్తమ్మ ఇట్లా చాలా దూరం
Forget that. One of my very close friends, he called me for a birthday. He said lunch. I said okay. Then she changed it to Prism in the night 9 o'clock. I can't physically be awake at that time.
నిద్ర వచ్చేస్తుంది.
నిద్ర వచ్చేస్తుంది. And I won't enjoy that. I don't drink, and I do not know. అక్కడ 15 people come. Everyone కూర్చొని explain చేయాలి that I don't drink.
Yeah.
I find it very annoying. And the moment she said Prism at 9 o'clock, I said, dude, I will give your entire day for you. Any day that you want, but I will not come tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you don't enjoy
I said
alcohol
that.
as much after
yeah,
a point.
yeah.
And she's like, why? I'm like, no, I do not enjoy it. I'm gonna pee a pill even if I come. So I'd rather just say no instead of just half-assing it for you and
I feel
half-assing
you,
it for
you
me.
get a better high from the runs or everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is absolutely there. And
It's high ఉంటుంది.
No, I
and
get it, I
now
get it.
that she's trying to do that, now that she's like, I understanding how hard it is. I know you just bluntly say it to your face. Yes, there's nothing for me. I'm doing it for myself. It doesn't matter
Oh, yeah,
anymore.
it's when you keep yourself over everything about the judgment, I think so.
And forget about it, dude. Forget about yourself. You also become a much better person for your people around you that you're saying no to. Right? Once you start being genuinely happy.
But if they link it, I don't know how do you take this. If they link it like, wait, you don't know how to enjoy life. I'm like, I'm like, we have different definitions of
Exactly.
enjoying life.
Exactly.
మంచిదిరా అంట.
Yeah.
నాకు తెలియదురా అంట. అయిపోయింది. నువ్వు నాకు తెలియదు అంటే ఏమవుద్ది? నరుసుకుని పోతారు.
Yeah.
What more is there to say?
Yeah.
Accept and move on.
Yeah, I'll just say, dude,
Okay.
I do not know how to enjoy it.
ఏంటి అంట తెలీదబ్బా.
ఏమోరా అంతే. That's as simple as that.
You know, when I drank, recently I drank because it was my friend's birthday. And that too what? At my terrace only I kept.
The filter coffee terrace.
Filter coffee terrace, exactly. Got someone to. We all sat. We bought food. We sat. That is nice. For me, that is socializing. All your known people come. You sit. You talk. We meet every day in the morning, but still we always have something to talk about.
Oh yeah, you will. So wait, this point I actually wanted to like. It was always stuck in my head when I was coming. Recently I have a friend called Raju who is in UK.
Hmm.
He's a very very different chap. He used to be a very good singer. He's the one who is like not in the Matrix Annattu. He's right now he's running a bar
Okay.
in UK. He's a
Okay.
manager in the bar. He runs it, and he casually pulled off one statement which got my attention. He was like, "Bro, I'm really excited to meet the rest of me."
Hmm.
So it was such a beautiful statement for me. He was like, every time I put myself in a different situation, or someone came with a musical instrument, he doesn't know how to play it, but I was like, I wanna give it a shot.
Uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, uncomfortable situations. He's like,
Yes.
he didn't say uncomfortable, like any situation for the matter of fact. He also like he was one who put this idea called as when was the last time you did something for the first time, which
Hmm.
goes by Communite's handle also. One of the tagline that you use,
Yes.
it's like when was the last time you did something for the first time. It was a beautiful thing. So what Jeppedi, every time you do something different, you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation or a different situation, you will be experiencing a different emotion in yourself. And that kind of, you will be meeting a new version of yourself and you will be very much in surprise, in awe. You will really, really like it or dislike it. And you're saying,
Okay,
and it was
logic goes
really.
like this. Every scenario you put yourself in,
Hmm.
out of your comfort zone, is an uncomfortable situation. Okay? But
Yeah.
the moment you tell a person uncomfortable situation, that word is associated with a negative aspect.
Yeah. It can be good also. I mean, 40 take is
No, no.
uncomfortable situation.
No, no. Ultimately, it will make you feel good. But I think this is a very good topic to take on.
We will hold this and we'll carry on the next episode.
Next episode,
I feel
yes.
we'll run with this.
Yeah,
I think
right
so
now.
that point would be like, when was the last time you did something for the first
Yes,
time?
we can start off with that.
When was the last time you did something for
So,
the next time?
yes, this is it for today's episode. We
Yeah.
will get Satvik on the next week's episode, please, and we'll talk about this and we'll continue about this.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I'll see you guys.